I don't want to be a grown-up because being a grown-up's not fun.
As long as you don't sort of lose your young like mind, really, do you know what I mean? Like you don't start acting old, which is something I don't want to start acting old at all, like ever.
Over the last 2 weeks a lot of stuff's happened with my family and I've had to do a lot of growing up. And it's, I don't know, I feel like I'm a totally different person now because I've just had to make grown up decisions and I've had to make them. I haven't really had a choice. But people are asking me questions and then saying, well, you're 18, you're an adult, you're old enough to answer these for yourself. But it's a number.
Obviously take on all the responsibility of when you move out, having your bills and doing all your weekly shop and paying your rent or your mortgage and making sure you've got enough money left over to get Sebastian treats and things. Whereas my friends are still spending the money on the cars and living at home and buying clothes and wasting the money really on going out every Friday and Saturday night. But I'd rather be doing this.
I was more scared of being 21 when I was 16 than I was the day before I turned it. It was no one really tells you that you don't change at all. You still think the same way you are when you're 14, and I'm probably going to still be thinking like that when I'm 50 and have loads of responsibilities, and I'll just have to pretend like everyone else does and wing it and act like I know what I'm doing when I really don't know what I'm doing. Yeah.
I don't know, I just think all this crazy stuff's happened and now I know that there's no happy ending and there's no fairy tale happily ever after. I think that if you don't let go of that then you're never really going to grow.
Staying young, that's important. Young, but it's fun, really. Everything can still be fun, it doesn't matter how old you are. Maybe you settle down a bit when you're 30 or something, that's my plan. But until then I'm just gonna, I still have the same mindset as I did when I was 16, really.
When I left school I went straight into work. So I was already working in an adult environment. So I've been working there for 6 years. And then I'd already moved out when I was 18. So when Sebastian came when I was 20, I think my life just changed in the way my responsibilities are.
Everyone has to grow old, but not everyone has to grow up, and a lot of people don't see that. They don't see the difference between it. Everyone just thinks that as you grow older, you grow up as well, but that's not the case at all. A lot of people stay and people who are 40 still think like a 16-year-old. It's just a number at the end of the day.
I don't want to grow up because I don't want to be big because I like climbing trees. And big people old can't climb trees that good.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad that I've started young and got a head start on the lot.